Introducing the Open Palm Podcast with host Jerome Shaw, available today on your favorite podcast platforms. The Open Palm Podcast is a positive, uplifting, motivational, and inspirational podcast. The host brings his insight and philosophy, and you can't help but gravitate towards his smile, his words, and his wisdom. Again, the podcast he hosts is titled The Open Palm Podcast. It's about inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas and topics. He'll also help you become more aware and in harmony with your own life, giving you a better understanding of your place in the world and using your skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. You can find the show today on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You can also connect with the host on Instagram at JRomeShaw. That's JROMESHAW on Instagram. Jerome Shaw with the Open Palm Podcast. Motivation, meditation, mentality. Go listen, download, and subscribe today.
During a momentous battle, a Japanese general decided to attack, even though his army was greatly outnumbered. He was confident they would win, but his men were filled with doubt. On the way to the battle, they stopped at a religious shrine. After praying with the men, the general took out a coin and said, "I shall now toss this coin. If it is heads, we shall win. If tails, we shall lose. Destiny will now reveal itself." He threw the coin into the air, and all watched intently as it landed. It was heads. The soldiers were so overjoyed and filled with confidence that they vigorously attacked the enemy and were victorious. After the battle, a lieutenant remarked to the general, "No one can change destiny." "Quite right," the general replied, as he showed the lieutenant the coin, which had heads on both sides. We know that in optimism, there comes a certain amount of confidence. Not that we disregard danger, but that we forego fear. Doubt can kill a man faster than a speeding bullet. Doubt can kill a dream before we even begin. For what is destiny? There is no fate but what we make. What do you believe? There's a quote that says, "If you think you can, or if you think you can't, you are right." It is what you believe that matters. If you believe in yourself, if you believe that you can achieve, who can stand against you? There's also a quote in Taoism that says that if you are not afraid of death, there is nothing that you cannot achieve. Nothing is like the power of positive thinking. It's a power much greater than oneself sometimes when we imagine what is possible for us. Almost all the problems that we encounter in life can sometimes be due to the fact that we have doubts. What is life without doubt? Determining our own destiny. Do you believe that it is up to you, that you can decide your fate? Or do you believe that it is up to chance? Ironically, in this story, the general tossed the coin, leaving it up to the supposed destiny that would reveal itself. But none of the soldiers knew that there were heads on both sides of the coin, meaning that destiny had already been decided by the general, who was confident that they would win. The general had no doubt, and so he inspired belief in his soldiers. We can do the same in others and in ourselves. Make sure that you never get yourself down to the point that doubt stops you or deters you from all that you are destined to be. You can be great. You can be as great as you wish to be. But it is up to you to decide what life you will lead. Don't leave things up to chance. Decide for yourself. Make your fate. Be great. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. I pray that you received a kind message letting you know that you can do it. Whatever it is, you can. But you must believe. Many have achieved greatness, acts of excellence, extraordinary feats. But the one thing, the one similarity between everyone who accomplished something great, they believed that they could. Share this episode with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing, becoming their greatest version just like you. Pay it forward so more can hear the message. And if this is your very first time receiving this podcast, why not subscribe for more inspirational messages like this? And if you feel compelled to support, consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw. Supporting the podcast there is much appreciated. Big shout out and thank you to all the wonderful supporters who continue to donate to the podcast, making it possible for episodes like this. Have a wonderful and blessed day or night, wherever you are. And as always, take care, my friend. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.